Hello. Today, ADATalks is hosted in an amazing venue, one of the most luxurious hotels, best spas, amazing restaurants, and my personal favorite, Four Seasons Hotel Baku. I am very pleased to introduce my guest, General Manager of Four Seasons Hotel Baku, Mr. Tarek Mourad. Thank you for having us, and we're very pleased to be here. And my first question would be, how is, as a General Manager of Four Seasons Hotel, your typical day? How does it go?
It starts with Hoş geldiniz. Welcome to Four Seasons Hotel Baku for sure, and thank you very much for the nice introduction. You know, my day starts like any hotelier. You know, it starts with, believe it or not, lots of passion to come to work and to be with the family of Four Seasons. What we do in the morning usually is quite simple. We walk the hotel, and we start with the back of the house to see the team and to make sure that all is fine, and the working environment is what we promise to be fun, enjoyable, and providing the best quality experience to the team. Then after we do the back of the house walk, of course, we walk the front of the house, we go to the restaurants, we check the guests and make sure as well that they are enjoying their experience with Four Seasons. And then we start with our daily morning briefing within the organization, and to see how the various players in the operation have their day scheduled and the highlights of the day, and also to make sure that whatever issues happen the day before for the guests or for the staff are well taken care of, and immediate corrective measures have been taking place, and the guests and the staff are quite satisfied with the outcome. Following that, of course, you go again and make sure that you are always on the floor with the team, providing a quality guest experience. You know, it's quite funny when I'm listening to myself and explaining what we do. It might sound like a textbook, you know, and it might sound like you know, a rosy kind of picture that we are trying to portray in here. But the reality is exactly what I'm saying. You know, we do all these things because we enjoy doing them. It's part of our blood, you know, just to be on the floor, servicing the guests, making sure that the guests are quite satisfied, are quite content with the quality of experience they receive. Of course, the most important element in that formula is the team who is preparing, who is providing, who is taking care of the guests all the time. So we take care of the team who will take care of the guests.
Mr. Mourad, with the decision to open a hotel in Baku, was there a specific strategy that Four Seasons Hotel was having to adapt to a new environment and to a new location?
Again, you know, I'm quite privileged because I've been with the company for 15 years now, and within those 15 years I had a total of 6 opening experience with the company. 4 of them full-time opening experience, and 2 was on an assignment basis to assist in 2 Four Seasons openings. And it's quite interesting because, believe it or not, they are all the same, even though they are diverse in the location of these hotels. But at the end of the day, it's the same. You know, it is all about making sure that Four Seasons is very relevant to the new destination that is going to be represented at, very much customized to the culture and to the environment that we are going to operate and provide a Four Seasons experience at. And most important, they are very similar from the process point of view, because the first most important element is the location of the hotel, is the design and the different elements that is going to provide the guest experience in that destination, and how relevant are these elements, and how much they represent the local culture in these destinations. Then the next step, of course, is the greatest assets of Four Seasons, which is the people at Four Seasons. Those people are the one who are going to create and provide the Four Seasons experience. So that is very common and exactly the same when I think about it in all the destinations that I was part of. Because at the end of the day, you're looking for a family that consists of different members who are very passionate about being with other people, about helping other people, about serving other people, and they get their ultimate satisfaction from doing all this all the time at the very best they can, with a big smile, with a big heart. And they have an ultimate desire and wish to be always the best in their own area. So, looking at it, I believe it's exactly the same, but like all of us in here, you know, you have different shapes, different colors, different backgrounds, and different cultures. So we, as Four Seasons, are exactly the same. Different in maybe the looks, in maybe the background, but exactly the same from the attitude side, from the passion side, and from the desire to please and serve the guests the best that we can, regardless where you are at any time of the day or night, winter, summer, spring, autumn, always the very best.
Four Seasons Hotel is a world-known brand. It has its name on the global scene, and in the current time with a lot of openings of new hotels in Azerbaijan, what is that differentiates your hotel from other competing businesses in the industry?
Beautiful question, and it's interesting again, you know, every time I was part of a team opening a hotel, you know, being in the business for quite some time now, you tend to have, believe it or not, so many friends and so many colleagues all over the world working for other companies in the destinations where I was fortunate to be part of the team at. And the first question they ask always from other hotels or other industries in these cities, so tell me, Tarek, what are you going to do different? You know, are your rooms bigger? Your ballroom is more luxury? Your spa is huge? And they're always talking about the tangible part of the equation, you know. And the answer is always the same. When they ask me these questions, I say, we are not going to do anything different from that angle. And I'm telling the truth. You know, because at the end of the day, when you think about it, yes, we have beautiful hotels, absolutely. And yes, we have amazing, you know, physical experience that is very relevant to the destination where we are at. And yes, we always maintain them to be the very best at all times. But at the end of the day, we have guest rooms, other hotels have guest rooms. We have restaurants, other hotels have restaurants, and so on and so on and so on. But the difference is, I'm 100% positive about, in the people. And it's getting also more exciting and more interesting every time when they hear that I'm saying we are not doing anything different from the tangible side, but maybe we are trying to be different from the people side. And they say, you are going to hire most of your people from outside the country? Are you going to bring all foreigners, you know, experience Four Seasons and so on? And the answer is no. Still, we are bringing, you know, a family together from the same destination where we operate. So, like, give you a perfect example here in Baku. Let's say almost 96% of our team and management are Azaris, right? Same when we opened in Vegas, same when we opened in Cairo, we opened in Tokyo, we opened in Australia. The maximum majority are from the local country itself. But we try our level best to identify family members who has the right attitude. When I say the right attitude, it starts with the smile. Their smile is something that is genuine and is always there. It's not, you know, I'm smiling because I am now looking at you. No, it is coming from my heart, from the passion that I have inside. You know, that I'm very happy, I'm going to serve the guest, I'm going to produce the best I can to make my guest satisfied. And this is the best reward I get. So the difference is the people. The team, very passionate, very committed, and will do more than is expected from them to ensure that the guest is fully satisfied and more. That's the difference. It's the guest experience that is driven from the team of Four Seasons.
So what does Four Seasons exactly stand for? Is there a specific attribute that is supposed to be in all of the Four Seasons hotels chain, except for high quality service?
Again, in our belief as a company, we are all about providing an exclusive quality experience that is customized specially for that particular guest at that particular moment in that particular hotel. That quality experience has to be second to none. And the end conclusion in the mind and the heart of the guest is, wow, this is really the best experience that I ever had, coming from the best quality exclusive hotel company that is there in the world. And that's what we stand for. We are to provide a quality, tailor-made, exclusive experience that is second to none. Through our amazing team members wherever we are as Four Seasons. You know, when you go to Four Seasons New York, when you go to Four Seasons Paris, when you go to Four Seasons Baku, when you go to Four Seasons Tokyo, when you go to Four Seasons Sydney, when you go to Four Seasons anywhere in the world, you will always have the same quality Four Seasons experience. Different setting, different decoration, different countries, different seasons as weather, but it's always the exclusive, wow, one-of-a-kind Four Seasons quality experience.
Mr. Mourad, while I was preparing for the interview, I looked through your profile and I come up across a very interesting quote of yours as you said, like, believe it or not, I see circus as a role model for our industry, meaning hospitality business. Could you please elaborate on this quote? And is it linked to any specific marketing strategy that you have?
You know, it's a crazy, let's say, philosophy of mine somehow. Think about it for a second. Now, regardless what age you are, I think you are still under 16, so so let's say a family, okay, wants to enjoy their time off, okay, and this family consists of, you know, young children, mother and father, so 2 generations already. Not only 2 generations, 3 generations, and the grandparents. So the grandparents, the father and mother, and the children, okay, they want to have the best time, okay. Where would they go? In my mind, they would go to the circus, because in the circus you have all kinds of entertainment and excitement for these 3 different generations, where everyone has his or her own expectations. So they go to the circus, And interesting, if you look at the guests who are going to a circus, before they go in, they are smiling, right? And they are very happy. You don't see people going to a circus crying or upset, right? Because they have a certain kind of expectations. You know, they know that they will go to a place that will excite them like there is no tomorrow, that they will be wowed and they will be over impressed with their experience. So, a little bit fast forward, they are coming in, smiling, huge expectations. They go in, they buy the ticket, they are seated, and suddenly lights are on, and the glamour and the most exciting time of their life is being introduced to them. Then there is a break, they go out, they buy popcorns, they buy sandwiches, they buy soft drinks, they buy chocolate, then the second half starts again, they go inside, they watch it again, and wow, you know, you have the clown, you have the magicians, you have the acrobats, you have the lions, the elephants, singing, dancing, wow, amazing show. Then lights off, people go, and their smile is even more now, right? Compared to the smile they had as they were walking in. So this is from the guest point of view, right? The best show on earth, the best time ever. Let's now look at the circus family itself. Very interesting. You'll find the following. You will find that the person who is cutting the ticket for you, okay, is the one really who is playing the clown, or he is one of the acrobats, or one of the magicians. Interestingly also, the person who is seating you to your chairs, and the chairs are usually rough, you know, nothing fancy, but people are excited. They don't notice all this, right? The person who is seating you, believe it or not, he is one of the show members as well. And then those people who are jumping from one side to the other side, flying in the air, they are so confident and they do it so beautifully because they had long hours of training. They believe very much that I'm jumping from one side to the other, 20 meters high, with nothing to protect me, but I know for a fact that my colleague will catch me in the middle of the air. So I believe in my colleague. Amazing teamwork, lots of training. And then in the interact, they are the one who are selling you the sandwiches, the popcorn, and at the end, they are the one who are saying goodbye to you. Amazing teamwork, lots of training, lots of dedication. Regardless, they are sick, they are not sick, they are happy, they are not happy, always smiling, always cheerful. You know why? Because they are doing it from the heart. No kid think one day, or very, very few think, I want to become a clown, or I want to become a magician. They always think, I want to become a doctor, I want to become an engineer, I want to become a policeman, a police officer, I want to become Superman. But those who are going to the circus business, they are going there because they are so passionate about it. And they want to excite and to give the best time to their guests. So if you think about it, I would love to be, you know, part of such an amazing circus of passion, that's what I call it, circus of passion, in a hotel, where everybody is so well trained, is so dedicated, and is doing a passionate job from their heart, okay, with lots of care to their colleagues, with lots of trust and respect to their colleagues, to provide the best guest experience ever. So that the guests coming in have a big smile, lots of expectations, they leave with bigger smile and much better experience and more satisfaction than what they ever thought before going to that circus. And that's why, among the family of Four Seasons Baku, we say we are trying to provide the best circus of passion to our guests.
That's
I don't know if it makes sense or not, but...
That's the best comparison that I've ever heard. And just speaking about the place I'm coming from, Azerbaijan Diplomatic Academy has hosted a huge event, a career fair,
Yes.
Last month.
Mm-hmm.
And quite surprisingly, positively, there were a lot of students very much interested in tourism and hospitality business. And they have asked several questions.
Yes.
One of them is, some of the students are not sure. Should they start their career in this business strictly and directly from 5-star hotels, or maybe they should start in 3-star hotels? So basically, what should be the career path and step, and what would you recommend?
Let me ask you this first. In Baku, do we have only 5-star hotels? Do you have only 4-star hotels? Do you have only 3-star hotels? Do you have 2-star hotels? 1-star hotel? We have everything, right? So, from that point, okay, it doesn't make much difference, in my opinion, where do you start? And which level should you go into first? What should be considered first is where I'm going to have the best working environment. And when I say the best working environment, I mean where I will work in a place where I am treated with respect, where I'm going to find a team that will treat me in the best possible way that I would like to be treated, and I will treat them the same. Where I am going to be trained, developed, and introduced to the best ways of servicing, managing, and working in the hotel or the hospitality industry. All right? And where I have a very clear understanding of a career path development, regardless where you start. I started as a lift boy, meaning at that time, ages ago, there was a young man who stands in the elevator taking guests up and down. And then I was promoted to become a page boy. I don't think it exists anymore. You know, going around carrying a black board with the guest name on it, bells, ding, 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 Mr. Smith, please, looking for Mr. Smith. And then I was promoted, I became a bellman, carrying luggage. And then concierge, then front office, then marketing, then rooms division, then hotel manager, then general manager. That's a career path where it's very clear in your mind and in your employer's mind the various stages where you will go through the different stops that will lead you to your final destination where you want to be. This is the most important part. So the respect, the development, the care, and the career path. That's what you should focus on from the employer point of view. From your side, you should focus on developing yourself, okay? Becoming a better team player, becoming more informed and more educated about your job that you are doing now and the preparation that you need to help yourself to do to become ready for the next step, and so on and so on and so on. Once you have it clear in your mind and you go and you inspect and you see and you meet the people and you introduce yourself, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, it doesn't make much difference, because at the end of the day you will improve yourself, you will improve your knowledge, experience. That will be your greatest asset to grow into the business, and last but not least, you have to be very aware of where you want to be and by what time, and be realistic. You know, I am 49 years old now. I became a general manager almost 6 years ago. Okay, so meaning by the age of 43, I became a general manager. You know what? 43, maybe it's the right age. Maybe you can do it a little bit earlier. Maybe you can do it a little bit later. But in my mind, I had an age bracket of, believe it or not, 40. So still, 3 years, not that much. If it was 40, it would have been perfect. 39, even better. So you have to always have a clear objective with a time frame of when and where you want to be. I don't know if it makes sense, but...
And for those who are specifically interested in your hotel,
Yes.
is there any characteristics that you're looking for in your employees? And does Four Seasons...
Like you. They have to be smiling, you know, they have to be sincere, they have to be warm. And of course, when you work in the hotel industry, you know, you have to have the proper communication skills, meaning a foreign language. So in our case, because English, I think, is the more business spoken language, so English at least has to be there. It depends on the level, of course, because within our hotel we have English classes for the different levels, so that as you develop your work experience, you're developing your language experience, and by that time, as you grow up, your language is growing, so that's it. You don't need more than that. The attitude, the passion, the smile, and the communication skills with the right common sense.
And do you have current opportunities for those prospective students that are
Always,
interested?
always, 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 and I really mean it. Please, 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 come and knock on our door anytime. You are more than welcome, and you know what? In most cases, we do have opportunities.
Mr. Tarek Mourad, it was a pleasure to have an interview with you. Thank you for having us in your amazing hotel.
Thank you very much.
Today, our guest was the General Manager of Four Seasons Hotel, Mr. Tarek Mourad. Thank you for watching.